Yo, 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 what up, what up, what up? So what up, y'all? So what we're gonna try to do is just go over a few things. Just look at different things. Probably go over some crypto stuff too. Trying to really look at some stuff tonight. Hold on one sec. So if you guys could hear me, just make sure you guys hit that like and subscribe. you guys could see, where we tapped at. We've been looking at these Asia lows for already a while now. That was that tap. finding what times these certain moves happen, things like that. Just looking over some stuff, not really talking too much, but yeah, I'm right here just looking over stuff. Yo, Crispy, yo, I know I'm just going over some stuff, just trying to figure out time and just why these moves happen, and just looking over things. And I said, might as well, if I'm gonna be right here doing it, might as well just be on stream doing it too. Cause I'm trying to stream every day, so that's why I say I'm gonna get at least a little hour or so, just some chart time, you know. Just trying to get better. Every day we locked in. Had a great week this week. Every day locked in, so just gonna keep it going, keep it going. But what's up with you, bro? How you been? Yeah, bro. I was able to catch a little bit of this. But if you, I don't know if you've seen my streams all week. All week we've had this Asia range right here. You can see this Asia low and Asia high. When we had this manipulation right here, we've already been targeting this high up here. So a lot of the things we've already been kind of looking for that move up there. So I mean, I wish I would have caught the whole thing, but it just, that's why I say I'm putting in more time, just trying to get better at it so I could catch that next one. Like we were pretty much there. We just had it. The one thing that threw me off a little bit was this bottom wick right here, but you can see this whole range was just still getting respected the whole time. So it's still valid. So that's why I kind of knew once we started breaking above here, it was already going towards these levels that I was expecting. And then, like I said, you go back, you kind of zoom out a little bit more. This is why I've had this price up here since for a while already, because this was the target area that we've been already looking for. So you can kind of see this whole move that I already had mapped out. I have quite a bit of stuff here, but it's like the way I talk about it, it's a progression. It doesn't just happen. I don't just put all these lines at one time, you know. It's like as things happen, I'm just creating new things and things like that. So you can see from when we moved from this area up here, we're gonna start targeting this high up here is why I had this price like that. So that's why I've been already saying, if like I said, for the people who've been watching me for the last week or so, this whole move right here was just kind of consolidation for that manipulation, and then it's going to target like that, and then the next area is going to be up here to target like that. So yeah. Yo, what up, bro? Can't hear me? Oh, my bad. It's my mic. Let me turn it up a little bit. Let me know if you could hear me a little bit better now. Yeah, I had to turn my mic up because I forgot I had it turned down. My volume turned on max. I could barely hear you. How about now? Let me know. Yeah, I ain't really been talking much anyway, so I'm barely getting started. Just warming up, you know? Yeah, now I can hear you. Alright, for sure. But yeah, like I said, just for anybody who's been watching me all week, we've already been kind of, you know, targeting these highs, and then now the next levels are going to be up here, and then the real level is going to be up here eventually. So that's kind of where I think we're kind of heading already. So that's kind of why I've been bullish. Even everything that's been moving up, it's just still been bullish, because all of these moves down are just to grab liquidity. So what are we learning today, bro? You're learning how to listen without without, yeah, you just learning to listen right now. Cause like I said, I don't like it's a progression. I can't just say one thing or the other. It's almost like whatever's happening today is what you're gonna learn. Whatever's happening tomorrow is what you're gonna learn. So it's always something different. You always gotta adjust. You just things like that. But yeah, I'm just what I'm pretty much doing right now. I'm just going over, just figuring out like I said, it just these are the whole levels we've been. These are all levels that we've been marking out all week, anyways. So things like that. But yeah, I'm just going over like the time and trying to figure out the time. Just looking at the times of when these moves right here happen. Looking at the times of when these moves happen like that. You can see the moves right here perfectly. I mean, there was moves right here that happened. There's a moves right here that happened, and then there goes the real move right there. So, but like I say, it's all just still all in the same direction. This is why too I say it's important to at least get the trend right, because since we've already kind of had that idea of the trend going up, at least it don't even matter if you took a buy here. Even if you took a buy here, if you just had big enough stops, at least somewhere past here, the trade would have been correct, because you're in the correct trend, which is overall this way. It's when you take a trade in the bias, which is something like this, bias. These are all like in the moment they're good trades, but if you think we're bearish and then we're gonna start continuing down, you're not going to be correct, because at some point, look at all of these traders that had sells. If they didn't close or go break even, thinking they were thinking, oh, we're gonna go down to these levels or doing something, they ended up being wrong because they're in the wrong trend. So that's why I'm saying about, at least if you get the correct trend right, it doesn't matter where you got in. At least if you would have been able to hold long enough and you don't get your stops hit, you would have at least been right. So that's why I kind of say it's important to understand, like at least understand the trend. So it goes back to what we were saying earlier in the week, understanding that these are levels that we were trying to target. There, this high first, this one next, and then ultimately this high up here. So like I say, just having that correct trend, we've already kind of, like I said, it doesn't matter where you took a trade. The high ended up coming to right here. So what I'm saying is, you took in a buy right here, or you took in a buy anywhere in these levels, you would have at least been break even, if not in profit, because you're in the correct trend. Whereas if you took sells in any of these areas, at some point you're break even, if not in negative, if you didn't close. So that's just why I say it's important to try to at least get the trend right. And what helps you get the trend right is understanding how the market moves itself. And that's where I kind of say about what I have, like what I figured out about how these things move and what it does in the steps. That's what helps me read the price. It goes back to kind of what I said the other day. Your model is what helps you read price. You reading the candles one by one, sweeping this, sweeping that, boom, 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 blah, blah, blah. That's not reading price as